Welcome everyone to Ring the Bell. This is Diaz.
And the Sriracha Muchacha, Paloma Star.
Ninja Turtle realness.
Totally. Donatello's my favorite one, which is why I'm wearing purple.
And I finally got my haircut. Luke was like, can you please get one? He just couldn't stand me anymore. Let's get into this week's review. A lot happened. Backlash happened. I didn't like it that much, but let's talk about it. SmackDown, we had a big celebration for their women's tag team championship win, Sasha Banks and Bayley. I honestly was very impressed with Bayley in this segment.
I was, but I also thought the segment as a whole was kind of pointless. But
agree with that.
Each individual person did a really good job, but I feel the segment as a whole, I'm just like, all right.
It had like a very like community center, like prom night vibe.
I really did.
What I do like though is Bayley, like we've been talking about how she's like warming up to the role, she's feeling it, she's being comfortable, but now she's just progressing so much. She is legit annoying.
Very.
Very. And here's the thing about WWE's heel and face dynamic. They don't know how to write good heel and good face. Heels become way too cool. People cheer for them. Or they just don't want to see them at all. Like Charlotte Flair or Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, like the go away heat.
But I think Bayley's in that right sweet spot where she's annoying as hell. She really wants me to see someone take her out.
I also feel like you don't see a lot of times the annoying heel. You always see the bitchy heel, the coward heel, but it's very rare that you get somebody who does play the annoying heel and plays it very well. And that's what a heel is supposed to do. A heel is supposed to want to make the fans buy a ticket. I mean, in this case, you can't, but for all intents and purposes, buy a ticket to see them get their ass kicked.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole point of what a heel does. Because everybody's like, oh, the faces are the ones that draw, puts asses in seats and all that stuff. No, it's really the heel, because if the face isn't really like doing anything, you want to see the heel get their ass kicked no matter who it is.
Yeah, and the moment Bayley was like, let me read a poem, and I'm like, Bayley, you're great, and I hate you. But yeah, I agree with you. Other than really Bayley's performance, I was like, whatever about Alexa and Nikki, IIconics, it was like fine.
Yeah, like I said, I think everybody did a good job, but the whole segment as a whole, I don't think they really did a good job of selling, of me wanting to see the match more. Because I know this was before Backlash. It didn't make me want to be like, oh, I'm so excited about it. Like, oh, like that extra push before the pay-per-view match. It was just fine.
And if even Alexa cannot make the segment interesting, you're really not giving her the material to succeed.
Totally.
That's on you. That's on you. Well, let's move to Backlash because we've got the three-way tag team championship match, which Alexa, to me, was a standout in the ring.
Her fire up whenever she got the hot tag was really a fire up. Like, that's what the whole thing is supposed to be, is like, you're a house of fire, coming in, cleaning house, boom, boom, bump feed. And she really brought that. And I think it was that spark that I keep on saying that she's missing, because she has been a little bit complacent and just kind of like almost getting lost in the shuffle. Because quite honestly, like with so many bigger personalities or bigger standouts, she kind of like falls behind. But yeah, she got it, and it was awesome because she was the smallest competitor in the ring. But I think she really like packed the punch, and her moves were sharp, where they were boom, 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 which was really fun to see.
When she first became face, she showcased a little bit in the match where when she got pissed off, she had that Blissfit moment, and she started like beating down everyone. She had that little bit when she first turned face, and I think she finally brought it, because during the whole like feud with Mandy Rose, she kind of lost it and she became like generic face, but she brought it back. I'm so excited. People are saying they're seeing a little bit of Trish Stratus Air Canada, and I'm like, I see it too. I loved it.
I kind of wish it was more of a like everybody hit a bigger move spot or like a waterfall spot to kind of like showcase everybody individually a little bit more. But I think everybody in this match did have their little segment to
kind
shine.
of. You're right. I'm just like whatever about. There were some couple big spots, like when Peyton did that crossbody outside.
It was cool, but I feel like it was a little bit hesitation from her too. Like, I get it. It's scary doing any dive. Believe me, I've only done like 3 times, but it feels like it was a little bit of a hesitation. And I guess I don't blame her. The idea was cool, but I just don't think it was maybe executed as cleanly or as sharply as it could have been. But I don't think there was any like, whoa, crazy, oh my gosh, cannot believe that happened spots. And I don't necessarily think that it had to, because, you know, not every single match has to be that, like, whoa, crazy spots. But, and also 3-way tag matches are really hard to pull off. Okay. And they could really go bad and messy really quick, but I think they did a good job of containing all that.
I think it was a good match, but just because the legendary Bayley and Sasha Banks is in this freaking match, taking away the tag team championship, I honestly thought it would be a little bit more explosive. But as an opening match, it had the sense of chaos, so it was a good, fun match. But I think my expectation was a little high. But I think Peyton definitely showed some interesting spots. They're continuing to show that Peyton is a threat to be reckoned with inside the ring. But yeah, definitely a hesitation. And I think that's the theme of this match. A lot of this match spots were very creative and innovative, but the execution was kind of like, ugh.
Almost there, but it just needed to go past, like, it's like right here, just needed that extra push for it. And I feel like maybe now I'm kind of starting to see, I don't know if they're doing this on purpose, but with IIconics, I feel like maybe Peyton Royce is more the wrestler and Billy Kay's more of the character. More of the character, more promo wise, which is great because in a tag team, you kind of want to have those two people that supplement each other and help out each other, and kind of like one's better at one thing than the other, kind of complement each other.
Yeah, it's a very cool combination where Michelle was more of a action and Layla was more of a comedy piece. So I like it. I kind of wanted IIconics to win, but at the end of the day, we've got that Sasha and Bayley versus Tegan and Shotzi match coming up, which will be pretty cool.
That's a lot of shimmer in one ring. And I'm kind of excited to see what that's going to be about. I hope there's actually more NXT matches like this, because I think it'll help showcase a lot of NXT talent, plus bring a little bit more prestige to the tag belts, because I think it lost that for a little bit. Like, it was getting better and then it kind of got lost in the mix, but I guess we'll see what happens. And I do agree with you. I wanted the IIconics to win, but I kind of knew that it was going to be Sasha and Bayley.
Let's talk about Nia Jax versus Asuka, the WWE Raw Women's Championship that we did not care too much about going in. Nia and Asuka had matches before, and I liked their previous matches in NXT. They were really good. It was not their best match, but it was a decent match, I felt like.
For sure, I do agree. And I feel like there's been a couple times where Asuka and Nia actually do pull out some really good matches. But I thought this was just kind of like, oh, okay, random. But then now, especially with that finish, we're like, oh, so we're going to see this again for at least a month longer. I can't say it was a bad match. It wasn't a great match. It was, again, like a decent match. The only thing I will say, the whole count out, the double count out, I do not think that we're fighting that intensely outside of the ring for them to not notice the ref counting. The idea was great, but the execution was not there at all. I hated this one spot where Nia picked up Asuka and I think was supposed to throw her into the barricade and was legit like, oh, let me throw you into this really soft landing. Because, she knows all about soft landing since that random futon was there for her to fall on. Like, that's that intensity that I keep on talking about that Nia needs and is missing. It should have been more if they wanted to have a double count out. They should have just been like, ah!
Yeah. Even like last week, we saw Mia Yim and Candice LeRae just like, ah! All the way back into the darkness during the In Your House takeover match. I think the golden rule of the countout is, for me, Trish Stratus Lita Survivor Series, and Trish was like, my beautiful nose. That's my favorite.
That was a good one.
It's like supposed to escalate into the part where it's like so much chaos that cannot be constrained, and referees just like, this is done. Like, that's a satisfying way of doing countouts. Storyline wise, there wasn't that much animosity. All Nia did injure Kairi Sane. They didn't really mention that on TV, did they?
I don't think so, no.
If they played it up, maybe it will make more storyline sense, but just the main thing was that they botched two big spots right before the ending.
Totally.
And that's when the steam is off.
Brought it down a little bit, so it's kind of hard to pick it back up, but it's hard to do that when it's so close to the finish, too.
Yeah, what do you do?
And you can't, it's not like you could take it upon yourself and like, hey, let's work for a minute more, because, you can't.
Yeah.
So that is kind of like put it into a tough spot. As soon as I saw the double count, I'm like, oh, they're totally gonna have a rematch for sure. And maybe this double count out, there maybe might be leading to, obviously, it's Extreme Rules, so I would not be surprised if it's like a cage match or something.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Cage match, no DQ, last woman standing. That would be all very, very good. So Backlash overall, what did you think?
I don't think it was anything spectacular. I mean, it's Backlash. It's not like a Keystone pay-per-view.
It's not
Backlash.
Like,
it's Backlash.
I was just disappointed because the In Your House takeover was so good.
So good.
Yeah. Let's move to Raw. The tag match, Liv Morgan and Natalya randomly teaming up to face IIconics.
Why are they tagging? I don't understand. Like, dude, I feel like WWE is really, really into putting random ass people together and then, hey, you're a tag now. And that made no sense whatsoever. They could have legit been like, hey, you haven't been on TV. I haven't been on TV. Let's team up for today. Or I don't know. And I legit had just talked about, like, where's Liv Morgan? Like 5 seconds before. And I'm like, oh, there she is.
I need some Natalya expert to collab with me, make the full video on all the history of Natty's best friends and how she backstabbed them. I think that will be a great video. Natty, the backstabber.
Natalya expert. I love it.
Yeah.
Could be Tyson Kidd.
Oh, I would love to work with Tyson Kidd.
Ooh, I bet.
This match was fine. The standout moment for me was definitely Peyton trying out different stuff. She did that scorpion kick and then like coup de grace almost. That really proves that WWE has been holding them from doing a lot more moves for the longest time.
For sure. And it's crazy because it kind of sucks whenever I hear a whole bunch of people or read a whole bunch of people saying like, oh, the IIconics have new moves. They're like, oh, look at them doing new spots. Like, no, they've always had that. They just haven't been able to showcase it or do it yet. Like whenever I feel like, oh, they have a new move, that kind of like, I don't want to say diminishes the wrestler, but I feel like, yeah. You're like, of course they do. Do you think like everybody could only just do 5 moves? I guess I wouldn't want to say like, oh, it's the fans' fault for thinking that, but I feel like it's WWE's way of programming people to think whenever they see somebody in the ring, like, oh wow, they actually did a 6th move besides their 5 moves of doom. And I think they should keep on adding more and more moves so everybody could be like, wow, they could do cool moves.
Yeah, I like that they're giving more moves to IIconics. Even Billie Kay debuted her finisher a couple weeks ago, so excited to see more action from IIconics. The most legendary hidden move of all time is?
What?
It's Alicia Fox's moonsault.
Oh,
She did it once in like some TV promo video. It was a shadow of her doing like a moonsault. And everyone's like, Alicia Fox can do moonsault! Let her do it! She's a legend! Now I really have to see it.
I also feel like Jillian Hall's 450 was kind of like so cool and awesome, especially in closer to her era where like you wouldn't necessarily see a lot of females do like these crazy moves. I mean, now women are doing Spanish flies and stuff. But right. I feel like her doing a 450 was kind of very rare. I don't even know that was her finisher.
I can't confirm it, but I swear to God I read it somewhere. I think there was an interview that Kelly said she could do moonsault.
That's awesome. I wish I could do moonsault. Maybe Kelly can teach me. And also, like, Natalya tagging herself in made no sense since there was really no backstory or even like friction or heat or anything like that with them. So just like, that's kind of random and weird, but okay.
Let's briefly talk about that backstage segment where Natty was really coming with ways to insult Liv. She's like, you're a rookie? You are a millennial? Like,
I mean, I don't know where they're going with this. I thought I knew where they were going with the whole Natalya thing, with her being like unprofessional and stuff like that. But like, is she just like lost it now? Because she just stood there and talked to herself. Or like, because who just legit just stands there and lets somebody talk to him like that? So Liv is like, whatever, I'm out of here. So she leaves, and then Natalya just stood there and talked to herself for a little bit, and then Lana comes up. Oh, I know how you feel. I'm going through a divorce because, losing a tag match and going through a divorce is the exact same thing.
Are you excited for Lana and Natalya tag team?
I mean, no.
I know.
I try to find another word for it, but no. Kind of like too how Lana got called out by MVP. When was the last time you laced up some boots? When's the last time you got in the ring? Oh my god, that's true. I forgot that she wrestled. Maybe, who knows? Maybe they'll come up and be surprises all, or at least surprise me.
I feel like it could be a good combo for Natty because Lana is such a good promo. Natty will benefit from that. Lana will benefit from working with Natalya because Natalya can wrestle anyone. She's so good in the ring. In theory, I could see it working.
In theory.
Yeah.
In Austin theory.
In Austin theory.
I just want to know what they're doing. Like, where's this going?
Angry blonde women.
Yes, that should be their tag team name.
Another celebration for Bayley and Sasha. It's Bayley's birthday!
Yay. That undercut was actually kind of cute.
We cannot talk about haircut. Bayley's fans don't like it when we talk about haircut.
I just said her undercut birthday cake was cute.
Just kidding. The haircut was great.
I know she pulled it up so you could see her undercut, but her pulling it up kind of made it look like a Derek Barry wig. Because, you know, Derek Barry's wigs are always just like...
I am really sad that Derek Barry went home. She's really funny.
Really? Like, that's because the whole thing is like, how are you going to be mad that you, like, oh, I'm only seen as Britney. You came in dressed like Britney. It's like, I don't want to be perceived as this person, so let me come and be perceived as this person. Like, I don't want to be perceived like I like the Ninja Turtles. So I'm going to wear this Ninja Turtles.
And then later she's like, what if I am Britney? That's just who I am. No, I love Bayley's haircut. We all know that one person that goes crazy about their birthday. It's my birthday! This is my birthday week! It's gonna be a celebration! You know that annoying person. So Bayley's her.
Perfect. Yeah, it goes perfect with her, for sure.
She is honestly acing it. I love it.
For sure. She's definitely killing. Like, and it's so crazy how so much more comfortable she is in the ring, on the mic, with her heel character. Because it was for a while. Like, she was still trying to find what works, what doesn't, what works, and what doesn't. So I'm glad she finally found out what works, and I'm here for it.
Oh my god, that haircut. I hope it grows back.
Or she could do, like, different designs.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Like, or, like, Extreme Rules. She could have, like, that new logo on it.
I am almost to a point, it's like, I can't see Sasha, which is like, oh.
Which is crazy, right?
Yeah. And IIconics came out, cut a great promo, I think. I love that they made the whole, they were crying in the locker room into like a WWE TV canon now.
For sure. I love that too. I'm so glad they brought that up. The only thing I didn't like was like, we know somebody who knows somebody who knows, like,
oh yeah.
I felt like that was a little bit more of their, I mean, I don't even want to say their former characters because I feel like they're still kind of the same, but
yeah.
I just thought they were going to be a little bit more like a serious IIconics.
So everyone's talking about the slap spot.
Oh yeah, it was fine. The slap was great, but the whole thing for me is like, why don't you slap her back? Like, why don't you do something about it?
That was the whole point, though. Bayley's only thinking about her. It's all about me.
And I was like, oh no, you slapped Sasha. How dare you?
Because this is my birthday. This is my celebration. It's not about her. It's not about her getting slapped. I kind of liked it. I loved it.
Now that you say it that way, I guess it does perpetuate to Bayley's character. Like, it's all about me. And especially because, like, you're ruining my birthday. Like, you're your best friend who just got slapped, right?
Yeah.
You're ruining my birthday. Okay, I can see that now.
No, I'm very excited for this tag team championship next week.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like this segment did more than the segment in SmackDown did.
Yeah,
actually.
and I think this one-on-one match, which is less of a chaos than triple threat, will definitely show what IIconics can do more. Okay, let's go to the rematch from Backlash. Nia Jax versus Asuka, the Raw Women's Championship match.
I felt like it was like women hour because I feel like all the women segments were like done almost back to back. I know there were some guys sprinkled in there, but I was like, oh, I wonder if they're starting to do that.
I think it's another decent match.
Yeah, it was good. Again, with the finish, that was kind of creative, and you don't really see that a lot. The only thing, and I'm like, why wouldn't you just disqualify her right away? She pushed you, but that's just me.
Am I the only one that loved how petty that referee got?
Yeah.
He was so petty. He was like,
oh yeah.
Asuka into the cover.
By the way, super random side story. John Cone is usually the one that's in charge of the extras whenever people do the extra work in the back. So he does more than just be a petty referee.
Okay. Is he petty in real life?
No. No, he's really nice. I did kind of see where we're going with this because then it's going to give another excuse for Nia to have a rematch and say, like, the ref fast counted, even though I pushed him. He took a good bump, too. I was like, oh, yes.
I mean, it's another week of, like, a story non-progression, I'll say. We're just halting it to a same state it was.
Different match, but kind of the same outcome.
Yeah.
No matter this. I think a lot of people kept on talking about that powerbomb that Nia gave Asuka.
Yeah.
It was just a stuffed powerbomb. I don't think it was, like, anything, oh, man, here she goes injuring somebody again. Like, no, powerbombs suck. and sometimes they're stiffer than others. And it's so crazy to me because sometimes so many of these people who are just like ever so worried about the safety of wrestlers don't even know.
You're right.
What is like? How are you going to be concerned about wrestler safety if you don't even know what a powerbomb is supposed to look like or not, or how it feels to take a powerbomb? At least for this instance, it's just people jumping on the let's hate on Nia train because she injures people.
That powerbomb looked great.
It looked great. If she could do that more often, it would totally make Nia so much better. That was done safely. Asuka's okay. Asuka's also a wrestler. She knows how to take bumps and how to protect yourself, because there is a couple times when somebody gives you a move and it doesn't go right, so you know how to protect yourself. It was fine. But if Nia could just bring that same intensity to more of her matches and her moves, it would be great.
I mean, the Backlash match was the first big match since Nia's return, right? Money in the Bank was like, whatever. I hate to say this, but it almost seems like because of all the injury or something, maybe she's like in her head a little bit.
Yeah.
I definitely see that the intensity is not there. It almost seems like she's second guessing herself and she's scared to maybe injure people. Am I like reaching for saying that? I don't know.
You're right. I think she might be in her head of that. And you can't wrestle scared. If you wrestle scared, you're gonna injure yourself or you're gonna injure others. If you're thinking too much of like, oh, hope I don't hurt them, I hope I don't hurt them, more than likely you're probably gonna hurt them. Like if she's just more in the moment and present and doesn't, of course you have to think about what you're doing, but not so concentrate on like, oh please, I hope this goes right, oh don't hurt it. And that kind of goes back to like even the crossbody spot that Peyton Royce did. Like it looked great and it was execution, but you kind of could tell the little hesitation and a little bit scaredness, because like I said, you never want to wrestle scared because all it leads is to injuries. And maybe that's what's happening with Nia, and it's kind of hard. Like I get it. Like I'm sure she, as much as she tries to avoid it, I'm sure she hears it all the time from people that she just keeps on injuring people. So it sucks. It's just like kind of like a vicious circle.
I hope working with Asuka, who's a veteran, will help her a little bit more in that area where they can like trust a little bit more. Notably, Charlotte Flair was not present on Raw. But my theory is just the reason they're stalling the storyline is for Charlotte to come in and swoop it up.
She had a random backstage interaction with her dad was just like, okay, I guess that's for like the bingo cards. Charlotte on Raw. Boom, check it off. Also, I do just totally random. I know we moved on from it, but I just want to say that Asuka, it comes off as really resilient,
right.
And I think that kind of helps Nia too. Like if she comes up around somebody who's like doesn't like give up and keeps on going, I think helps her out too.
I hope WWE books her well. WWE for some reason is keep giving her this non-finished, non-clean win. I don't think they're very good at building good fighting face.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, so I hope they do her justice this time. Alright, but that is this week's review. Thank you so much for tuning in. Paloma, where can we find you?
You can find me at Paloma Star on Instagram and Twitter.
And you can find me at DS Shin and Ring the Bell DS on Twitter. And here's our shout out to amazing patrons that let us keep doing this amazing show. Thank you so much to Ryan Perry and Roberto Canu.
Big shout out and big thank you to Lumi Khan, who's here local Chicago native / person. Also Oksana, oh my gosh, that fan art that she got made for me was absolutely beautiful and amazing. It was me riding a sriracha bottle because of course.
It was very like a pin-up girl realness. I loved
it. And it was super thick, which was extra, and it was very appropriate and very realistic.
Thank you so much to Blight. Thank you, Blight. Thank you so much for Rob Stewart.
Big shout out, Pascal LZ. I see your name pop up all the time, and it's always a big thank you all the time because you're amazing. Yay!
Thank you so much for Xavier and Dilbish. Thank you so much for your support.
Another big Patreon shout out to Benito, and of course, Maddie Paquette. Yay! You're awesome. You're thebomb.com.
Thank you so much for Hania, Tom, and Anthony. Thank you so much.
Big shout out, big thank you to Lindsay, Chase, and Noah.
Yay! Thank you so much, everyone. All right, thank you so much for all your support, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.